Hello everybody, this is Gen Jeff here, and we're back with some Steel Division. Today we have Vulcan, Tiny Rick, me, and you, Jim. I'm gonna call him Jin now. Then we got Lennart, Men, I'm just gonna call him Orman, I'm just gonna call him Men or something. Paradox, and Nexus. And over here is... Color scheme drives me nuts. Tiny Rick is over here against Nexus. Vulcan is over here against Men. And I'm over here against Orm. And you is over here against the guy who didn't actually mark what he's doing. Paradox. And I've got the 101st. Vulcan has the 3rd Canadian. Tiny Rick has the 4th Armored. And Jin is using the French 2nd Blindee. We got up against Luftwaffe, SS Panzer. How do I start this? I think that's 352nd. I'll memorize those. And the 9th Panzer. I actually wanted to take from here to there, but you claimed it first, so I ended up going into the town here, and area. But I ended up moving up into here, and had to attack into there because this guy moved into here. Lennart. Look at all the gliders. He has his landing gear. It didn't crash. These two crashed. Glider assault. This is us talking. Like, because this is a huge gap between me and Vulcan, but he's throwing some rifles in. And I've got a bunch of 50 cals. Little tiny anti-tank gun, the M3 37mm. Got a 50 cal there, and I got a 1911 there. Not a 50 cal. I've moved in to secure these buildings. Lynn is moving over here to secure these. I've got ooh, because I like this area because I can put my 50 cal here, and I got a 30 cal in there, and it gives me nice fields of fire into the woods. I don't like this area because the fields of fire are so constrained. And I move into there with the objective of keeping these fields of fires, but this guy just kind of drives straight in. I can see all of his stuff. I can't. And I've got my M22 Locust over here, because I figured he was going to be sending more over there than... Locust slows these guys down. All my stuff here gives these guys a headache. But he smokes himself off, and my 30 cal does manage to get into the building. Turn this down so I can actually hear myself talking. Yeah, and I know I did fix the sound issue from the previous video, which had no sound. So, yeah, this one's got sound. OBS decided to completely mute everything for some reason. That machine gun goes down. I've got these rifles moving into there. This guy just hates life. So he pins himself in there. This guy over here has a Cromwell and a Firefly. That spends a lot of time sitting over here. So there's the 300 points that Ben is just not using. I lose my little 37mm anti-tank gun, that's kind of fine. I lose a 30 cal. That's alright. Got my howitzer. Counter battery firing that 50 cal. And my infantry, which tried to move up through here, didn't do so hot. Fortunately, I'm up against a 325. 352. I served with the 325 MI battalion in the army. That's why I keep saying 325. Is he here? See, I'm just trying to... I'm holding this with the fields of fire that this church provides, which is actually blocked by these. So this isn't really that brilliant a position as I thought it was. I'm trying to get into town, but it's just not really working. So I'm forced to pull back. A Jeep 50 cal coming in. Provide support. I'm counter-batterying stuff. slowing him down with the howitzer. Got my M22 Locust here to block him from moving up through here, even though they could have just taken this Panzerjäger, which is a range of 150, and just moved up to it and done that, but my stuff does do a good job of keeping the things in here pinned down. I can't come this way because the 50 cal is going to engage him. This little tank managed to set that building on fire. My rifles there are now pinned down. But, is that coming? My 50 cal is pinning down the infantry as I try to assault. This thing pulls back from that. The AB leader's a little bit exposed. This was in range of that, though. Got a little bit too close. And the M22 Locust kills it, and they're trying to kill my AB leader because that's right in the front. But it doesn't really work. Order him to fall back for now. Got some guys here to help me with that. Base. Didn't really have too much of a plan because I wanted to hold from here to there, but Lynn took it, and I don't like this section of the map. Oh, who the heck am I kidding? I always have a plan. It's just not very good, and it's usually on the fly. So I'm gonna just hold here, where I am now, and I'm going to attack through the town eventually. Got my Locust here. It's 30 cal machine guns, it's a tiny cannon to take that out. And this is actually the same 37mm gun that was in the M37. So I figured the little anti-tank gun would have actual AP, not AP, but HE, because this comes with it, but it doesn't. An example of the convenient firing position, because that runs into the shot down. See the 75, I put my howitzer onto it immediately. They start opening up with the mortar, but the mortar is actually in view of the 50 cal, because the mortar doesn't actually outrange the 50 cal that much. We've got flamethrowers in the woods there. Got that in there, which is... I've got my second 75mm howitzer coming in. S-trooping, find my engineers. Doesn't work out very well for them. Those guys try to move up again, and they get caught by this guy. I've got much of this field locked down out to about, all the way out to here. And then there's my little M22 providing fire support onto the Fuhrer. He's down. Now we can get some converging fire on that guy. My howitzer is going on to him as well. Over here I've got a Locust and a bunch of Jeep 50s on this. I was planning on using all these Jeep 50s as fire support. I've got a 1919 here covering this area of town, so I can't really move. Limits their movement, because if they pop up and try to attack, there's a 30 cal that's just ripping them to shreds. I assault with AB engineers, the airborne engineers, to take these section of buildings. The 50 cal is taking down the Jaeger as they advance. And this guy is trying to charge down that Jaeger. And he succeeds. And my rifles kind of run into the Jaeger there, which isn't brilliant. And there's a dude here. I know he's still there. Because of how long it took for that to go away. I knew it in the game too, I just didn't take care of him immediately. Wasn't really sure what to do with him. Some recon. Because I like to be able to see stuff. And... yeah! I had 50 cal Jeeps. I don't anymore. My locust stunned him, so he didn't get to... isn't as accurate. I'm trying to pull this back. So he decides to fall back on his own, as he ignores orders anyway. Because he decided to pull back sideways. He's like, no! But that exposed itself, so my 75s take care of it. I'm just now without my deep 50 cal fire support. Using my Pathfinder recon to help advance down the tree line so I can spot these guys. One Jeep 50 cal that's left is opening fire. Guy's exposing himself. Mostly S-trooping. These are the Russian militia that the Germans had on the Russian prisoners of war they forced. I suppose it's better than sitting in prison all day. So, the right, we're doing very well on the right. Vulcan's doing pretty well there. And Lynn, Ran, no, Jen, is doing well to my left. As I'm holding this area of town very well. Got my M22 Locust firing on. Brought a Bofors on a truck. There's a Panzer III here, though. I don't actually have a good way of taking that out. Suppose I could have moved this up and tried to get a flanking shot. Didn't. There's still stuff in these trees here. Now because of the way the point is going, and he's got him on a hold fire so that we don't spot him. Kill him. Because it gives him a little bit extra bit of the map that way. Otherwise, it'd be exposed and see him, and it wouldn't have this sailing.
I'm out. Over.
I start calling in Mustangs with bombs. But there are people in those buildings, and I was right. There is Sphera Ulig. Is bombed. As I'm trying to move into this part of town here. And I don't like this section of town because the approaches are terrible. But it works out because I put my 30 cal here, which can see most of their positions. And I've got stuff over here because I know there's something here, so I plan on clearing it out. I know that guy's there too, so I take him out with my airborne rifles, solve that problem. Got my Jeep 50 providing fire support from the rear. But again, terrible sight lines. It doesn't actually have line of sight on it. Not that it matters terribly, because those troops are kind of crappy. I do know they've got a commander, though. Because these don't have stars normally. But he's got a star, so he's got a commander. Right there. What he sees of me... Art. Moment. Art sees this. Knows I got stuff there. Knows I have stuff here. Hey. He doesn't have much in front of me at the... Now he's moving stuff in. Ah. Work. But he doesn't have anything there yet. I've got another 50 cal in this. I put a 50 cal in this build and get an even better view of the open fields. Which attracts fire from that Jaeger, which now has two 50 cals on him, which is kind of scary. And I use my infantry to expose that guy who surrenders. I've got my 50 cal suppressing the pioneers. Because my guys keep trying to go into those. The 30 cal suppressed a little bit. This only has a range of 600 compared to a range of... Nice slotting in. Nice. Good job, Lynn. So it's pretty much quiet. The Firefly and the Cromwell are not doing a heck of a lot on my right, because they're kind of scared of what's there. Pathfinder just got bombed out. I've got Bomber, Mustang coming in to take care of what I think is a lot. There's enough here. And he's got that, which I didn't know was coming until after it started firing. Ooh, that was a good bomb run. Took out 2 infantry right there. Yeah, so I'm using the machine guns and my infantry to take out the pioneers. And that guy's using his long-range off-map artillery to take out my stronghold there, which destroys my M1 57mm gun, which was trying to advance to help us take care of the tanks that Mark kept bringing in. Now, he doesn't actually manage to kill my 50 cals, which is probably partially his target. And now he's dropping on that position. Moving his artillery over. Vulcan's got his little pepper scout. Yeah, I'm just controlling this field of 50 cals and this M22 Locust. But I can't really advance any infantry cost here. This is why I like this side, because you get very nice fields of fire on the town. You can also kind of get them with these buildings, but I don't like these buildings as much. Excuse me, yawning. Actually update that game. So I've got my Locust moving out here. Try to take care of the Panzer 39 HF. It's not a very good Locust. It's not really hitting very well. Hitting at all. And this guy shows up. Yep. Harder. And I can see trucks coming down the road. I know he's got reinforcements in here. I've got my own reinforcements coming up in half tracks. I've got not mine. Yep. So I've got my own reinforcements coming up in jeeps, and Jin has his stuff coming up in half tracks. I've got an M4DD. That martyr causes my M20 back, and the fight for this area of town continues again. I've got my 50 cal Jeep over here to provide support this time. They attack after I get my thing in there. After they get their artillery barrage, pushed my 50 cal Jeep back, which didn't matter because he's got line of sight there anyway. Narrow one, but a line of sight. Combined with the fact I've got 75mm howitzers to bombard this town with. And airborne engineers moving up, too. Got more Grenadier. I move up my airborne rifles. Pull back my Pathfinders. Got my airborne engineers in here. Got my Locust and my M4DDs there now, trying to counter the Martyr 2 with the M4. And got the support from the M4A3 there, and a 3-star M4A2. And I bombed myself. But they put a 50 cal, not a 50, a Flak 36 back here because of more anti-aircraft. At the moment, all this stuff there is pinned down. Not sure where any of it is, so I just keep hitting it with artillery. We've got a bunch of pioneers occupying these buildings. 2-star Jaeger unit. And that's about it. This guy's used up all of his packs. I'm supporting Jin's assault through the open. Ah. So I've got an M3 gun here, which has now taken care of the half tracks, but managed to shoot down the Where is it? I think it managed to do it. Nope. The Brute Cromwell is still back there. I've got this guy moving up to take care of that scout car. 50 cal and M22 are taking care of the Pioneer. I was sure these things had high explosive because I know it's the same caliber gun and the same ammunition as this, but it doesn't. The Jaeger exposes itself, goes to try to take care of the M3 gun, gets pinned down too quickly. So I bring my M22 Locust around, get machine gun fire onto it, force it to push back and pull back. My Sherman has moved up to this point there, taking care of that. Dropping some 50 cals on it. Got an M22 supporting that there as well. There's this little Jaeger unit in there and I hadn't really noticed that. We've also got a Pack 40 over there, which is in a good position. Get flanking fire on us. Pretty much leave that to Finn to take care of. And I don't like this town. Got less work to do if I blow it up. And my bombing run hit nothing. Nothing there. I'm doing another push into the town here with these infantry backed up by a airborne leader. Then has moved up his Cromwell. Got that W22. Phase C has started. Grenadier unit there engaged. I have support over that range there. We'll start pulling the Pathfinders back. It's probably a bit too late. They smoke themselves. Back less. Bring this guy in. He can see and boom! Fuel explosion right on the Cromwell. With an M3. It's taking this thing out. Slowly. It's damaging everything in it before it kills it finally. But I use that to take out this Cromwell in a perfect flanking shot. Little tiny 40 point 37 mil killing a 100-point tank. It is always a fun day. And my commander died. My howitzers are doing more work than the aircrafts were. We got a crossfire on the town again, and he's got a STUH-42. Pinned down, but it's got a 105 mil gun. Cal still alive? My 50 cal is still alive. My tank is not. Tank died. Killed by the Martyr 2. Or the 88. I think there's an 88 back there. Yep. Killed by an 88. So I've got my artillery going off on that. Keeps them back. I've got a Pioneer unit there. We've got a bit of a clump of troops there. I'm saving up my points. Got another M4DD coming, another Command 2, some more infantry. I pulled this guy back. He only got 2 guys, and he's only two strength, so why lose him? It's something I tend to do when units fall down to 1 man strength or 2 man strength. I just pull them back to.
We've got casualties.
Black 36 is spotted. I mark it for someone to hit with artillery. Really get anyone hitting it with artillery. Not right away. As of yet, I believe it's out of range of these. That's out of. So my Jeep 50 dies there. Drop some bombs here, because I know there's some troops. And based on the way the borders are being pushed, they do get my little M3 gun, but not before it killed the Cromwell in the half-track, so it made its points back in style. Oh wow, I got lucky. That guy's dead, and now we're focusing fire on the Pioneer. Still fighting here in the town. A little bit of a crossfire again. And he's wandered into range of my artillery with that 88 mil Flak 36. Why are there two Flak 36s? One's a 37, one's an 88. That would cause logistical nightmares. And the Germans probably did it. I've got a command tank now because most of my command infantry are all already dead. Start counter-battering my artillery. Load my rifles. For some reason, I'm just like, I know what I'll do. I'll strafe it with a P-51D. Because that made sense.
Clear the runway, coming in hot. Damn.
Elsewhere, Jin's moving up pretty well here. I've been supporting him on my left with his attack on his right. Vulcan's doing well here. The Tiger E has shown up. But it's Phase C, so he's got stuff that can fight it. And on the far right, well, Tiny Rick just completely destroyed everything. Still fighting my way through here. '88 is attacking aircraft. He starts counter-battering my artillery, so I just simply move my artillery up. Fine. So yeah, it's slowed down in front of me for a while. I am up against the 352nd. Looking a bit in my favor. No, I'm not. I've been calling out the wrong unit. I'm up against the Luftwaffe. Which would explain why they have Pioneers. Because they don't have Pioneers. Of counter-battering, I want this thing dead. I am playing the 101st Airborne after all. And it's also killing my friend's tanks on the right. I got my Mustang going in with bombs, and he doesn't make it. I hope he makes it out. Yeah, he'll make it. But here comes a wave of bombers because I'm getting really annoyed with the town. Under the philosophy of, if it's not there, it's less to worry about. Which pretty much worked. He also bombs with his own stuff. And doesn't manage to kill my artillery. But he does manage to get out. My cat is now attacking my hand. You want to be pet, don't you? Willow. Got that thing, and I managed to mostly clear the town out. I've got my guys moving up into it. So he's only got a Pioneer, some S-Troopen, and a command unit back there to defend the town. Which leaves this pretty wide open for me. Got another M4DD moving in. That out. Starting to move back up again. Now it's just pretty much moving forward. Because the guy in front of me is pulling back.
Enemy nearby. Protect the gun.
That out. Clearing the town with airborne engineers, and M22 and some rifles. And basically we're starting to push on all the fronts. We've got some stuff in the center here, but it isn't achieving a lot. Kind of sitting there. Pushing the borders. Far right, Tiny Rick has pushed way forward. Vulcan's pushed up, then been pushed back, and then he'll be pushing up again soon.
Down. It's gonna blow.
And I'm taking the far end of town.
Don't shoot. Let 'em burn.
Probably ended up being a little bit more difficult than it should have been, but...
Back up.
Well... Focus spots that, kills it. It's out of rounds by now anyway. Airborne rifles there. I see them moving... see the guy in front of me moving troops into here. Didn't realize it was only that little. I guess he just didn't have anything left. There goes the Martyr again. The 105 armed Sherman is firing at the Martyr. Can kill it if it hits. Ooh, destroyed the tracks. They start counter-battering my again. About another flak 36. This guy. And hits, too. I've got my artillery kind of trying to counter-battery their artillery now. Because I know where it is. A pretty good idea of what it is. 122 Russian gun. If I go back to my other view, I see that they're bringing in another towed gun. And my M4DD is back to supporting the attack here. That thing gets...
We need morphine here.
I've got my Locust trying to take care of the stuff there. But it's not quite enough, ends up being forced back by a Pack 38. But I've got M4, and I've got two M4 DDs moving. Help me there. I got damaged, so he's pulling back. Counter-battering me again. I am trying to get rid of some of these... trying to clear out this area with my... Not particularly scared of their point. The Jeep 50 cal shows up. This guy starts taking care of the IG-18 with a direct hit, which is very good on that part of the tank. Pins down that gun. Because the IG-18 is very good, but it's hopeless against Germans. Yeah, we're held up again in this area by the 88 mil Stug and the Martyr. Again, my guy's trying to kill this. Got my recon pathfinders moving up just to simply make that so. I'm trying to see what they have in this field. Get a better understanding of what the opposition is there. But I don't see much, and Vulcan's artillery starts shooting my guys. Aha! You're a Pack 38. That's a Sherman. Good luck. Ah. Stunned that. They can stun the Sherman pretty well, but that 50 mil's not going to kill the M4. Ah, yes. 101st Air Force. We're going to bomb your tank, and we're going to bomb your town to death. If you don't like what you got there... There goes your munitions, there goes your artillery. And now my M4 is going to start working over your Panzer III. Bouncing. Trying to get this into range, but it's damaged, so it moves really slowly. And it's got to cover another 100 meters. Buddy, of course, found that. Just pulling. So I bring up two of these. Got 356 and a 203 mil coming in. Does this thing actually have armor? That one has armor. This thing also has armor. For some reason I was thinking it didn't. Now they bring this in to try to kill my tank. Bring a plane in to kill it? Yep, I got a Mustang coming in to try and kill it. Of course, it's attracting fire from everything. But he manages to pull out first, so I just use that to drop bombs on the flak gun. And fail to kill the flak gun. Drop artillery. Nothing there. Thought there was because of the way the border was pushing, but no, it's because there's a Grenführer right there. Trying to advance across the field with these rifles. Not in the that. And the map ended. Match ended. With my artillery unable to go down. Oh darn. Because after that it would push through, but we crushed the map so badly and had such an advantage in points that it didn't matter. So the 50 cal got two of the 50mm mortars, and I don't think they even outranged the 50. Got the MG34, got the Jaegers, the M22 got a Panzer 39H and a 2. Am I right? Most of my stuff got to kill at least one thing. The Howitzer got a 75, Pack 40, a Flak 38. Martyr B-26B is just freaking slow. That's what they tend. Here's got the here Oleg. This little gun got that. SDKFZ 251 and Duke Cromwell and the SPW 222. And most of the stuff. Well, the Martyrs all gotta have a go. Pioneers, artillery, flame warfers. 4DD taking out the Marauder taking 4. Lost mostly my machine gun support to infantry and locusts, because locusts are incredibly fragile. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it. Enjoy this game. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See ya. Thank you all for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to hit that stupid little bell thing that YouTube has added, because otherwise you won't get notifications of any new videos if you subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter, @GenJeft, as I always have my video updates on there, so you will never miss a video if you're on my Twitter feed, because they'll all be posted. And any other dumbass comment I make as well. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.